Hey, what's going on, interwebs? Thanks for joining me on another edition of Keep Calm and Carry. This is episode 33, and this is the post-SHOT Show review. We're going to be talking about all things SHOT Show to include the Circle Bar. You guys will find all about the shenanigans that happened there. Some things I wish I could forget, but before we get into that, I've got some shameless plugs for myself because, you know, it's my channel and I get to do that. First and foremost, I want to take a second to thank everyone that's been supporting the channel, not only through Patreon. We've got a number of Patreon supporters that really help out in providing some financial support to get out and, you know, buy ammo, range time, so on and so forth. But also, those of you that have been participating in looking through my website, fitandfire.com, that is a major help as well, because a lot of that stuff goes to affiliate links, and at no extra cost to you guys, I get a small kickback, and it's a way to help the channel, and I sure do appreciate it. Here recently, I just did a video on the Olight, the PL Mini 2, their brand new light, and I've seen a number of commissions come through that through the emails. So I really do appreciate everyone that's been clicking on the link to pick that up for the PL Mini 2. If you're interested, the sale is still going on today, 30% off. You can't really beat it. So that is some of the new stuff that's going on. Oh, lastly, if you guys are interested, you know, my new theme for the channel is freedom through strength. I've got these awesome, let me stand up here. Woo, I've got these awesome shirts right here. If you're interested in picking those up, you can get those through revolutionarypatriot.com. I will add a link to that down in the description below, or you can just go find my shirt video I did. It was just a couple of weeks ago. If you're interested, and pick one of those up, because it'll I'll get a small commission check from that. It's not very much. I mean, it's like, I don't know, just like a few dollars or something. I don't even know, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's a good way to support the channel and kind of get the brand out there. That's really what the shirt is all about. I'm not looking to make money off of it. I'm wanting to get the brand out there to start a conversation. And then you guys say, yeah, this dude, Fit and Fire, he's pretty cool. You should go check him out. Here's his YouTube link. So there you go. I am majorly dehydrated because I don't know if you guys know this, but Las Vegas, it's in the desert. So it's really dry out that way. I'm still trying to rehydrate from that. So let's get into it. Episode 33. We have two special guests tonight. It was kind of the, I don't know. Well, we're going to get into what the tribe was called, but we've got Alana from Semi-Armed Life. You guys know their podcast. I got a link to the podcast stuff down in the description below. And my buddy Tyler from Tundra Tactical, he is in the live chat tonight as well. Naturally, his channel is down in the description as well. If you guys are not familiar with him, you should be by now. But sir, madam, how are you guys doing tonight? Say hi to the crowd. And what are you guys doing tonight other than chatting with me?
What up, y'all? So first of all, thank you so much for having me again, Mr. Fit and Fire. I certainly appreciate your support of the Semi-Armed Life. Honestly, I'm not really doing a whole lot. Still recovering from SHOT Show, also recovering from my car being broken and having to, you know, deal with that today. But it's a good day. I've got my pumpkin spice coffee with me. So, you know, just doing basic white girl things.
Yeah,
with AKs.
that's awesome. Yeah, with
Just with the
AKs.
AKs. So
yeah,
it's better.
Looking great over there. You're not too bad yourself. So I look like Tyler ran off to go do something. I'm not sure.
I had to just go and go the other direction
and
get the AR because it is a superior firearms platform.
I don't know what you're talking about because I've got a P365. So
that I quit. I'm you know what? I'm signing off, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I've got nothing on that. Apparently the mil-spec guy is thinking that I am doing basic white girl things. He is not wrong. I got my scar boots on like it ain't no thing. I can't believe you didn't remember that, by the way. I had to explain it, Alana. I had to explain it to you. You must have been drunk. The scar boots? You called yourself a basic white bitch in the line for your Starbucks coffee. and I asked
that's
if you were
right.
wearing
Yeah,
your
you asked if
scar
I was
boots.
wearing it.
Right before the center
Oh.
bar. Yeah, there you go.
My bad.
So many stories
right before
abound,
the
many stories to
center
come
bar.
from the shot of the show 2019. Let me put on my radio voice layer, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Here we go.
So let's before
yeah,
we
go
get
ahead.
into
No,
it,
hit it.
before we got to get into the chat room to say hi to everybody.
Jesus Christ, we
I'm
have
running
to.
behind.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And
There's
it is,
a lot. There's a lot going on
of
in
people
there.
going on. We got Mario jumping in right at the beginning. Thanks so much, Dylan, operator Tony. They're going back and forth there for a second, and then we got Ryan and N7X Ranger and
Oh,
Ryan
man.
again. There you go. Yeah, swinging on over from Tundra Tactical. That's pretty cool. Mark, what's going on? Not me. There's a different Mark. There's this. The
Mark
Mil-
Spivey.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
There you go. And then we have Milspec Mike. He's in the chat room. Not really, it's Milspec Guy, but I called him Mike by accident, and he got really upset with it. He almost threw down. It was pretty funny. I
That's what I
couldn't take him
wanted.
though.
That's because that's what I wanted. Like
That's
my
debatable.
Ghost Tactical. Hey, he's in there. Good to meet you.
Shit.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out here. We got Mike Olson on the chat. He's my hometown hero, my boy. You remember all those stories about that long range shooting place that I go to?
Yes.
He's the guy that owns it.
Nice.
He's the guy.
Sweet. Frank Hellman, always a staple. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the motivation to get me up out of bed this morning and get to the gym. That was pretty good. We have this very, very gorgeous specimen of a man, Brandon Herrera. He's in there floating around.
Is he an Aussie?
He could be, yes. He could
Does
be
he
an
have
Aussie.
bad hair?
Yeah. There's a story behind that. Let's see. Mystery Family, good to see you. The Semi-Armed Life, they're plugging away. Keith Kennedy.
Weird that we're here.
Who?
Yeah.
Keith Kennedy? That guy's probably a fucking loser, isn't he?
He's probably the gun snob. And we got Tactically Texan as in there too. Yehuda. Hey.
You got it. You got his name right.
Yeah, Yehuda
Yo
is in there.
Huda.
Yehuda, Big Al, and holy cow, there are so many people. I can't even keep up here. And you guys are just keep on going. Shameless James. I love that name.
It's one of my boys.
There we go, man.
He was coming into Vegas as we were leaving, I think.
Yeah. We got Michael and Corrigan, and I think that rounds it up. Richard Graves.
You got to shout out my boy Ryan.
Nope. We got one of the biggest celebrities in the chat room. I just came across Izzy. Hard Tacos Long.
Izzy!
Woo!
Oh, is it Taco Tuesday
Izzy.
already?
Yeah, it is. But we got some bad news. He says he's sorry, but he just threw up. Hashtag crud.
Ooh,
Yeah, shot AIDS.
too many tacos.
Yeah. Nodak Willie, what's going on, guy? And that pretty much rounds it up. We're going to call it quits. That's rounds it up. Bobby, he snuck in right at the last second.
Oh,
So,
Bobby.
holy cow, we just spent a week in Vegas, and
Jesus, it was wild.
hopefully, Bald and Curious just jumped in. What's going on,
yes.
guys? Wow. So we made it through a week.
We made it back.
Yes, we made it
Cheers.
back.
I would argue that that's somewhat debatable that we made it through. We existed post SHOT Show 2019, but are we the same?
No, we have been forever changed.
Our souls got sucked out at the circle bar, so we no longer have souls. Because that's what happens at SHOT Show.
I was within 5 feet of Taryn Butler, and I think that I've contracted something.
All your integrity is now gone. Oh, shots fired on Keep Calm and Carry.
Oh, jeez.
So, with that being said, let's talk. Let's actually ask some questions so that it seems like we have some semblance of order here.
What?
There is
anarchy.
There is no order.
So, first and foremost, what was y'all's favorite thing about SHOT Show? I mean, it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be confined to the show itself. It could be the after shows. It could be meeting somebody, whatever the case may be. But Alana, I'll let you go first. What was your favorite thing about last week?
Oh boy. Okay. So for me, I feel like generally every time my favorite thing that comes out of SHOT Show is just all the people that I meet. Which I feel like that sounds like a beauty queen answer. Like, I just want to meet all of the wonderful people at SHOT Show every year. But but no, I mean, as far as products and gear and stuff, I think that kind of the cool part about SHOT Show is you get to see all the crazy like Gucci Glock type things and just ridiculous guns that you would see nowhere else. For example, Tyler took me to a booth that had a Mad Max AK. It was like an MPAP that was just all kinds of ridiculously pimped out to look like it was Mad Max style. But what I'm more excited about, that's just kind of a basic generic, I like AKs kind of thing, is I'm excited that Century Arms is going to be importing the PSL and the RPK, the AESB 10 or 10B. I can't remember. So that's what I'm excited about. It's nothing crazy, but
no, that's good.
Whatever.
That's good. Yeah, it's something to look forward to at the very least. What do you say, Tyler?
My God. Okay, so can I make you all feel like a bunch of jerks?
Yes.
All right. My favorite part of SHOT Show was hanging out with you fuckers.
I said the people. I said the people.
But
okay?
I specified. I said you too, right? No, seriously though, like for me, SHOT Show is what I learned about the industry this year is for people like us. Okay, SHOT Show is less about the wicked cool products and all that stuff, and it's more about meeting your friends and hanging out with the people, your internet buddies, right? That you don't get to see every day. And my gosh, I'm so lonely when Megan's not home, and it's terribly crushing and depressing. But when I'm at SHOT Show, I always feel loved. I always feel I'm just kidding. No, it was awesome hanging out with you guys. But in terms of actual stuff on the floor, man, what was the coolest thing that I saw? Gun Jesus.
Yep.
That was probably the coolest thing that I saw.
Yeah.
He was rocking the full-on World War I hat and everything, the cover, the cap, and that was pretty wicked to see. And I can go into more of that later because we shared a moment. We bonded a little bit over me giving him money and attempting to acquire his autograph, which I did. But at the end of the day, it's all about the peeps. It's all about the people. That's why I go. I go to make myself feel less lonely.
That's pretty awesome. So
it's terribly depressing, actually.
Well, it's all right. I mean, we pretty much, for some of us, lived in a drunken stupor the entire week.
Wait,
so
was that a shot?
No, not at all.
That was just reality.
So my favorite thing, besides hanging out with all the cool people, I have to throw that in, because to be honest with you, we spent some time. Tyler and I spent some time in Georgia at the Iraq Veteran 88 times
fully
2
fully
divided
clothed.
by 3.
Yeah, fully clothed.
Square root of 4 range day, right?
Yeah.
Fully clothed. And that was pretty cool. I had a great time. And then we got to spend the entire week together by and large, which is pretty cool. But my favorite thing has nothing to do with SHOT Show.
What?
Yes. Well, kinda. I mean, so you two know this, but the people in the chats may not know this. I was invited to go do a shoot on Wednesday out in the desert on some BLM land. Yes.
Because you're a big fancy YouTube star now.
Yeah. You are like YouTube royalty now. No, you are part of the Beautiful People Club, man.
Well, then why am I not at 17,000 yet?
Ooh.
That was by accident, man.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be honest here. That was a complete mistake. That the internet gods smiled on me for like a month. But you are the real winner here.
Right.
Because you're so good looking.
Thank you. So nice. Anyway, went out to BLM land, right? So that's just public land that you can go out and shoot. And I was invited out by Dimitri from Primary Arms. He's the guy who actually invented the ACSS reticle, which is really, really cool. And I can't say that I was directly invited from Dimitri. I was invited by Coda Boy 32 and WTF SoCal and X-Ring and one of his buddies as well. So I'm not a precision shooter. I don't shoot long distances. The longest I've ever shot was 300 yards. And by the end of the day, I nailed a target first round at 1 mile. Boom.
Ooh. That's so awesome, dude.
I'm part
so
of the
proud of
mile
you.
club. I know, it's so awesome, you know. So now there is some caveats to that. Number one is I didn't start that at that range. I started at 660 yards, then we went to 800 yards, and then 1,000. And by the time I shot shot 1 mile, 2 other people had already hit it. So we had already figured out the dope and understand how much the windage was and how high or low we needed to hold. When I shot, it was 2 mils right and hold over 2 mils as well. So anyway, it was
you using all those mills and everything.
I know, just turning the turrets and everything.
I thought this was America. We use MOA in America.
Spotter on, spotter ready. On the way.
Send it.
Yep.
See, when I shoot rifles, I just shoot AKs, and like as long as it hits a target somewhere, then I'm good with it.
It's somewhere.
It's gonna hit a target somewhere. I promise you that.
I'm like, as long as it's in the right direction, it'll go somewhere that generally.
If your target is the ground, you're always gonna hit it. That might be the new tagline for Tundra Tactical right there.
Yes.
Indeed. Hey, just real quick. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out real quick to Drop It Like It's Scott.
Which is a fantastic name, by the way.
Don't you love it?
Quite possibly my new favorite internet name.
So if you guys would
Vanessa.
Swing, yeah, hey Vanessa Kitty. Hey,
girl.
if you get a chance, swing on over to Drop It Like It's Scott and give him some love. He'd appreciate
doing it right now.
YouTube? All right. Yes, YouTube's on
doing
the
it right now.
All right. So
on the internet machine.
I'm horrible at this right now because I am unable to pay attention to what's going on in the chat room. And from what I can see, you guys are just crushing it with all the shenanigans. Oh yeah, it keeps on rolling.
How many people we got in the chat right now?
As of right now, we have 27 watching.
YOLO!
Double digits.
Chat is lit AF for 27 people in chat.
And I'm going to like my own video. So don't forget to like, guys. That really
You know
helps.
what? Honest
if you
to
guys
God,
haven't hit that thumbs up button, what are you doing with your life?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't hit that thumbs up button yet. I'm going to do it right now, though, as we're talking.
I haven't either. That's why.
How do you do that? I gotta get real here with you guys. Hold on.
What? You're the YouTube guy. I'm not.
I am
in
no way, shape, or form the YouTube guy. I accidentally fell into this thing. I just get drunk on camera, and apparently, God bless it, I just looked at myself on camera. I guess my lights are a little bit too strong. My whole face looks like I'm fucking Casper the Ghost. Jesus Christ, why didn't you tell me that, people?
I mean, I just kind of thought that's what you were going for, so.
Setting me up for failure here.
It's kind of how you look normally, so.
Wow. Okay, it's getting
a good
real
look
here.
on you. You got a lot of beard covering up most of the pastiness, so I don't know.
God, I love this group. I really do love you guys.
Delance there, he says, "Hey, bald eagle, turn down the lights."
Jesus Christ, Delance. All right, hold on. Let me get this fucking. Okay, you ready for this?
Yep.
So these are my lights that I use for my live stream. I've been asked this precisely 0 times, so I'm going to turn it down just a hair.
Okay, so Corrigan has
huge factor.
Wait, Kayla said, "Own it, Casper." I like that.
You know what? I like this. Okay, who's this? Who's? I gotta find this here. Yes. All right. She's all right. She's good in my book. Fire away, Mark. You had a question or a thing to say about Corey. Mark?
Hello?
Did we lose him? I think we lost him.
I think he's frozen. Oh,
okay,
geez.
We're going to have to take this over, Alana. This is...
Oh
my God.
Oh, my God.
Look at his face. He's got an eternal smile on his face. It's wild. Oh, wait, he's back.
I think he's back.
Is he back?
Oh, did I lock up there for a second?
Yeah, you absolutely did. Here, can I recreate what your face looked like when you froze there? Just like this.
Guys. Sorry,
it just
you
looked
were
like
so
this.
happy.
It was hilarious. You just looked like this, like you're eternally really happy for no apparent reason. I'm not gonna move my mouth when I talk anymore. I'm not. Oh my God, my light is flickering now. This is insanity. So yeah, we're gonna have to up the chooch factor on this thing a little bit.
N7X Ranger. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. He gets the bet. He's one of mine.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys heard the question. Was there any good any good stories about Johnny Law or Pulnar Tactical?
Johnny Law or Polinar Tactical. So I can take the Johnny Law bit because I'm fairly uncertain that you guys know who Johnny Law is. My question is, who asked that question?
Corrigan.
So Johnny Law, unfortunately, Corey was not able to make SHOT Show this year. I had connected with him a little bit prior and was supremely disappointed to learn that the man, the myth, the fucking legend himself, the man with the coolest name in America, Johnny Law, was not able to make SHOT Show. And it was a little bit disappointing, but fortunately it was saved by the wonderful and charismatic presence of Alana here. Getting to meet her and getting to know her and understand what she's all about, and her teaching me how to America hard, even though she's an AK lady. We'll forgive it for the time being.
Hey, being American means being able to buy whatever rifle you want to buy. All right, that's nothing more American than that.
Does it go like in Soviet Russia, rifle shoots you?
Dude, seriously though, I really wish I could do a Russian accent, but I can't for the life of me.
Neither can I, but I'm not afraid to really fail miserably in the internet. So,
hey, I got an idea.
Fire it. Could you say you could fit and fire away?
Yes, you could. Thanks for the pun. Hey, you want to get back to the live chat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we got some questions.
Wait, yeah, I attempted something in there.
I wanted to answer one. I got distracted.
Oh, go ahead. Go with Yehuda. Then I got Richard right after that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Yehuda brought up something I'm so proud of. He said, "Remember when we were in Walgreens and we lost our man card because of Alana?" So you're welcome. You don't remember that?
Maybe. Oh yes, no, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, I'll let you get to take this one, Elena.
So everybody in the live chat, I got to show up all the dudes ever at SHOT Show because because not only was I the only one carrying, but I had my Glock 42 on my hip and my Glock 19 in my backpack. So I had all the guns all day. And everybody else was totally unarmed, like loser civilians. So
yeah, she was essentially our straight up bodyguard.
So should I drive the bus? Should I drive the bus here?
Do it.
Drive the bus?
Yeah, you ever get hit by the bus because someone threw you underneath.
Here comes the bus.
Yeah. I may or may not have gotten a text message saying, "Hey, did you bring any extra ammo?"
Yep.
I'm just gonna put that up there.
So before I was leaving for SHOT Show, I realized that I didn't have the original packaging that you need when you're traveling with ammo to fly with it. So I was like, shit, I'm going to need 9mm. Like, let me just text Mark real quick and see if he'll have some extra.
You know who like, I guarantee you had 9mm?
Pardon?
You know who I guarantee you had 9mm?
Who?
This is Coder 2 here shooting some 9mm on the range.
Yes.
So, Alana, you have a new admirer, one of my fans, and possibly a crossover fan here. I don't know how much he watches Mr. Fit and Fire here. I'm sure he does, though. If he's good and listens to my advice, Mr. Mario, he says, "Wow, I love you." So I think you have a new admirer in regards to your double straight up thug carry right there.
So, but she's got to do it,
Mr. Mario. But I got it. I'm required by law now to show that off.
Required. She is
and
taken.
Fun fact: my co-host is my fiance, so I'm so in love.
Not one of these co-hosts, by the way.
No,
much better looking and probably more tactful.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So
much better looking and tactful.
I would say that if Alana didn't love him, I would love him just as much. So
I would too.
Pretty darn great. Yeah.
He looks strikingly similar to myself. According to
it's kind of weird.
All right, so Richard Graves wants to know what was the most disappointing thing that you guys saw at SHOT Show.
Brandon Herrera.
Well, Alana did break Brandon, so there's photographic evidence of it.
Oh, geez. The most disappointing thing at SHOT Show, I don't know. I mean, I could talk about some really, really stupid products that I saw at SHOT Show. I don't know about disappointing. I guess, I mean, some things that were a little underwhelming were like the new Glocks that got released just because whatever, it's a new Glock.
Really?
I mean, I love Glock. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of like, oh, cool. And that was it.
I was on the opposite end of that fence. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing in the world.
No, you
Oh,
did
well,
not.
geez.
No, you did not. That is a lie.
That is a lie.
No, you
No,
thought
That is a
you
lie.
thought the Panic-
I'm
you thought the
literally
Panic
yes,
pistol
that
was
is
the
true.
coolest.
That comes later though. That comes later.
Yep.
I'm just trying to pander right now.
But what I will say though is I am a total Glock fangirl, and I would easily carry either of those new guns, the 43X or the 48. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't get super stoked to see these things. I'm like, yay, another gun that I'll buy later. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Lance is asking about the full conceal showing at SHOT Show. Now, is that the fold up Glock?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Brandon had a really solid response to that.
Yeah, what was that?
He said, "You can't be disappointed if you didn't expect much in the first place."
Oh, I see that. That's in chat. Yep. The Mil-Spec guy says Eric was the most disappointing. Tyler promised he would be funny. He is not. Lies! All lies. Eric has supplanted me.
Funniest.
Eric has supplanted me as the most entertaining member of Tundra Tactical.
I think Izzy hit it nail on the head. He says that High Point was the only innovator this year.
Oh,
that is saying a lot, right?
Did you guys see my ultimate Instagram post about the High Points?
When did you do that?
Pretty much like right away. First booth I visited. Naturally,
I don't watch.
It just said something like this: High Point, problem solver or game changer. You decide.
Ooh, I like that.
Indeed. So,
I mean, it's always a problem solver, just for the record.
I suppose they've acquired that.
Yeah, they really have 182nd ideas. Mr. Johnny Beggins, he had a pretty good post about the High Point stuff. Man, where did it go? Where did it go?
Are you saying that he had a good post on the internet that was funny?
Yes, very. Yeah, it's like every post. It really is. But it basically said that where did it go? God dang it. I can't even find it. I can't even find it. But basically what it was saying
Chat
was
is
that
lit right now, by the way.
It's pretty sad. The gist of it was pretty sad that High Point was the only company to innovate and Glock wasn't, you know?
Yes, wasn't it though?
Well, but you don't need to innovate something that's already perfect. Hello.
I don't know about that. But on that note, let's just kind of make the actual announcement that SHOT Show was pretty light on the big drop announcement scene this year, wasn't it?
I would say so. I mean, Brownells did come out with their retro, their new retro rifle, which is basically the first prototype of the AR-15 way back in the day. So that was pretty cool. They call it the Proto, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
So,
Now my question is that leaning too hard into the meme world, like the hipster world, like. They're trying to be cool, or is it something that's actually legitimately cool?
It's totally cool.
It's Brownells, so it's required to be cool.
So that's a given. Like if it's Brownells, it's just solid.
Well, so I'd say just kind of my perspective on the whole thing is that it's sort of showing how we've gone so far from the original Stoner design to get all these crazy, outrageous, like looking AR-15s and just, skeletonized and all the bells and whistles and whatever. So I think it's kind of refreshing to see a company just kind of going back to the basics. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So you're saying it's cool that we've gone from Space Force to opposite
Vietnam.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Viet freaking damn.
Hey man, all weekend I've been watching Vietnam movies, so now I gotta talk about it.
And this is why she's cooler than the rest of us.
So to
Thank
answer a
you.
question real quick to Richard Graves, any body armor that was worth mentioning? So I came across High Risk Training and their HRAC 2 plate carriers. I got a video on it. Go check it out. It was I really liked it. I think it's a very good deal in comparison to like the Cry's JRC, JRC, whatever it's called. But anyway, that's
is that like a jerk?
Yeah, it's something like that.
The Cry jerk. Delance drops the more like Viet. Damn, it's Chris Zappi.
It's the JPC actually, Joint Plate Carrier is what it is. So there we go. So yeah. All right. So besides High Point, what was the most innovative thing that you guys saw?
Alana, I'll let you go ahead and take it.
Oh, geez. Okay. So there are two things that I feel like Instagram is loving right now to be able to talk about that were technically innovations. I don't know if they were for good or for worse. Well, one of them I definitely have an opinion on, but the Franklin Armory double action AR-15. What the hell is that? I don't know if you guys.
Who?
The Franklin Armory double action AR-15.
They're dead to me after last year.
I don't know how to feel. Hey, I'm just talking about things that I saw that were innovations.
Fair enough.
Not necessarily good innovations, but they were innovations to say the least. So that was interesting. I guess I can see why some folks would want them in states like California or New York, where they're, banning everything that's big and scary and semi-automatic, but would never buy one ever.
So can you explain it for those of us that didn't get over to Franklin Dynamics?
I can do my best. So it's like a double action. I'm gonna feel ridiculous trying to explain this thing because it's so absurd.
Franklin Dynamics.
You're
foreshadowing, sir.
I am foreshadowing.
Okay, so the best way I can describe this, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's like a double action revolver that got turned into an AR-15. I don't know.
Seems
I don't
legit.
know. It's something. I don't know if it's legit, but it's something.
We'll Google it.
Yeah, right. On that note, like, how does that even come into existence? Like, who sits there in the industry and is like, you know what we need? We need a double single or a double action only AR-15.
Hey man, it's the same way that the freaking Reformation came into existence.
Yeah, straight up #nerfball.
Like, let's just build a short musket.
Hey, easy now. That thing had 4 MOA at 50 yards, okay?
Oh, I mean, no, I'm not ragging on its ability to perform, right? I'm just, no, that's what I'm doing. I got nothing. I was going to go with something clever, but I got nothing.
But there was something else, too, that was innovative, and I've been getting in so many Instagram fights with people over this, is, did you guys see the new Glock Smart Slide?
Oh my god.
So
let's look at the back of the slide instead of the front side post like you're supposed to.
Just tell us more, please.
Let's just play Halo, right?
Exactly.
So for those of you who didn't see it, the Glock Smart Slide is this new video game looking thing that you put on your, I don't know. It's
okay.
See, I have a really hard time describing these items that are so ridiculous.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Please,
how can you not? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm shouting over you. I apologize. This is how I get when it becomes video gamey and memey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is every kid who grew up in the 80s. That's their dream because they sat down and they watched Aliens and they were like, I want that.
I mean,
okay.
Did you also dream about going to the moon, Tyler?
And okay. My follow-up question to that is, what if
not all dreams come true?
But what? You know, that's unfair. That is
Puppet dreams
unfair.
are nightmares.
But here's the
okay?
thing, Tyler. Your point is null and void because the counter was on the side of a pulse rifle, not the back of a pistol.
Well, I know, but God damn it, if I can't like believe it's going to be true one day.
Okay,
I
so
had this discussion at work. Sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
Well, here's the problem with all these like smart items. Like it's just a smart gun to me, right? I mean, it's apparently it operates by magnets somehow. Well, what happens when it loses its I don't know I don't know how to put it, but what happens when like
Magnetism?
yeah, magnetism, that's a word, right? So what happens when that like I mean there are all kinds of ways to hack items like this. We've already seen that they don't always function properly. There was a video on YouTube or on Instagram showing how after the industry day at the range, it wasn't functioning right because the battery was low. So like I don't know. Adding more battery operated parts to a firearm isn't good to me because it's just a new part that can fail easily.
I'm not saying that I'm right here, but I'm just saying read chat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The chat loves it.
Well,
It means
see,
I'm right.
The chat's wrong.
Brandon Herrera says that he liked it, so I have to go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So.
The hair plays. Come on.
All right, wait
Ladies
a
and gentlemen.
second. Wait a second. He said he designed one when he was shit-faced one time.
And that's how
So-
easy it is. Okay.
I
So
don't know.
it plays. It plays. Okay. Let's
Geez.
let's go ahead and say that it plays, it works. Everybody who watched Aliens and wants that gun to work, it works. It's on a Glock, yes, but one day it will be on a rifle and I'll be able to pretend like I'm Ellen Ripley. Is it Ellen Ripley? It's Ripley. I know. I think her first name's Ellen, right?
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
What happens when the ATF hacks it or something?
Okay, let's
Exactly.
just be honest here. If it's like the ATF versus the Xenomorph, I'm more concerned about the Xenomorph than I am. Well, we're getting way too sci-fi geek here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm muting myself.
So let me interject with my most innovative thing, which is not even really necessarily a new thing, but Tyler took me over to Bond Arms to check out their little bullpup pistol, and they had an animation of how it actually works and how it strips the round from the magazine backwards and then shoves it into the breech. And I thought that was actually pretty cool.
And I mean, being that this is Vegas, I mean, stripping and shoving is like a natural thing.
Especially with the AVN awards going on.
Right next door, essentially.
Right next door, yeah. The other thing that I was, I liked, but then after I thought about it and held it in my hand a little bit, I was a little underwhelmed by the Mossberg MC1 SC, their new pistol. I mean, I like it. I like the idea that it takes Glock 43 mags, even though that the Glock 43 is conceivably going away now because of the 43X and the 48. But, that was a thing. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. But then I held it. And Tyler made a good point that the front part of the grip seemed a little slick. And then it had the nubs for your fingers. And most people don't like that. So those are my two things.
Yeah, I think that that gun is going to fall flat on its face before it gains any form of traction.
I'd hope not, but we'll see. Unfortunately.
I don't know. What do you think, Alana?
Oh, I was totally reading the chat. I don't even know.
I'm not even listening to you guys
the
anymore.
Mossberg ridiculously named pistol, the MC1.
Oh no! So
blank.
I actually did not get a chance to handle it. So no opinions.
Fair enough. We got Alaskan ballistics in the house right now.
Yeah, and Special K jumped in there too.
Oh, Special K, my boy.
Yeah, I tell you what, some of these guys that are jumping in here late was constant theme of how I ended up meeting up with you guys like like what 40. There's a minimum of 45 minutes late every single time. Is that right?
Yeah, you had real life things to take care of though.
Yeah.
You're a big important YouTube star, Mark.
Yeah,
Right,
you have
right.
actual business to conduct and things like that, where we're just quite literally flying by the seat of our pants or lack thereof.
Yeah, says the man with 17,000 subs. So
I do not wear pants, sir. Wait, what? I'm muting myself again.
Okay. All right. So here's the most important question of the evening.
Oh.
Who, and I think you may have already alluded to it, but who did each of you geek out the most by meeting at SHOT Show?
Oh, I absolutely know this question for Alana.
Ian McCollum.
Yup.
Oh man, it was so cool. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was so exciting.
It was really fun to watch too. Like it was super fun to watch her just kind of like ramp up into max geek, because she was sitting there. She's like, oh my god, that's Ian McCollum.
I was such a little girl. Like it was like meeting the Backstreet Boys or something. I was just like, oh my god, what do I say? Like, should I take a picture with him, or is that like totally weird if I ask to take a picture with? I was freaking out. It was great. It was
Yeah,
so
you know, we're sitting there with another guy, and she's like, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" And I'm just like, "Go up and talk to him, man. Come on." And she's like,
I was like, "Oh my god, but I'm not worthy."
But it's Ian. It's Gun Jesus.
Oh my God! Pulling our tactical just jumped into the chat.
No fucking way! Holy shit!
Geez.
Okay, guys, I just want to say,
all right, it's a party now.
So Tundra Tactical, Alana from Semi-Armed Life, and Fit and Fire have just become legitimately cool. We've got slabs here. We've got slabs here.
We got
now,
the slabs.
The real question is, did they understand the slab?
And now they're gonna be friends with me because I'm the only one with the AKs.
But I don't know.
Cool.
Brandon did expose one of them. And
wait, Brandon exposed himself to one of them?
No, I said Brandon exposed one of the Pulling Tactical crew that they couldn't do an actual slab squat.
It was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it's all right.
Say the least.
Let's just say hashtag Vegas slab for the win.
Vegas slab.
Oh man.
Well, thank you so much, Pulling Tactical, for jumping in. I sure do appreciate it. I creepily stood behind you at the at y'all's booth. I was trying to interject and get a picture with you, but
is it embarrassing that I tried to make love to DeLance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
not at all.
said that out loud.
He has a fabulous beard. I don't blame you.
Old red beard.
It's
old red beard.
We're just envious of their good looks, so that's what it is.
I did not get to meet Pulling Tactical at SHOT Show. I met them at NRAM though, or NRA. And
you had shots with them.
They did buy me a shot, so
that's right.
You know, that was pretty exciting.
So can I tell my one now that they're here?
Yeah, you have the best Pulling Tactical.
Can
story.
I tell the ultimate Pulling Tactical story? Mark,
yes.
Do I have your permission, sir?
You're running the show. I
am not. This is your live stream, sir. My personality is just overwhelming by default. So, all right. So let's rewind the clock. 1 year post to SHOT Show 2018. Okay. And so here's little old me, first timer at SHOT Show, right? Pulling stick around in chat. You'll love the story. You have no idea what I'm about to talk about because you were drunk and don't remember it. But I walk up, little old me, rookie SHOT Shower, the unknown Tundra Tactical at the time, goes up to the Arsenal booth, and I'm talking to their marketing manager, and I'm like, you know what? This Arsenal booth is pretty darn cool, and he's got a Pulling Tactical badge or patch on his SHOT Show badge, and I'm like, wow, Pulling Tactical, those guys are like my fucking heroes. These dudes rule, right? And he's like, what, you don't know? And I'm like, I don't know what. And he's like, they're here. I was like, well, I would assume they're here. This is SHOT Show. He's like, no, they are here at this booth. And I go, what? He's like, yeah, you want to meet him? I was like, sure, I'd love to meet him. And he disappears for like 20 minutes. And me being from the Midwest, I become inherently skeptical of anybody who tries to do me a favor because I think they're just trying to get rid of me because of my annoying personality. And 20 minutes go by. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, you
because
guys can't.
Of the Minnesota accent.
Oh, yeah, don't you know there, Bobby? anyways, 20 minutes go by, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, this guy blew me off. I'm about to text my camera guy to meet me up at another booth, and all of a sudden my world goes fucking white. Like I got hit like a goddamn truck from Giga, from the one, the only Polinar Tactical. He speared me like a freaking linebacker, took me to the floor. Mansa grabs the biggest handful of my ass from my belt that any woman has ever grabbed, lifts me up off the ground, and Giga, Samo, and Mansa are staring at me with both 2x vodka shots in each hand, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right on the shot show floor, out of the little Dixie cups, and then we became friends.
That's very nice. That's a good. That's a good little story.
Oh, are you going to slay people in the desert, sir?
No.
No?
I just getting kind of cold in here.
Oh, shut your mouth. Okay, you know what? What's the temperature like there in beautiful wherever you are?
Last time I checked, it was about 21 degrees.
Could I let you know just humbly that I win at negative 16?
Oh,
No,
God.
you don't.
Yeah.
We have the wind chill.
Yeah. It's yeah, I'm getting a lot of cool story bros from Polinar Tactical here in Mario.
That's their polite way to show us.
Yeah, they're telling me you are a nobody. Come
They're like,
talk to me.
no,
when
Tyler,
you're
we're
cool.
not friends with you.
I know. I wish. One of these days, Polinar Tactical will recognize me as not being a loser. It is not this day.
Will they?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's what I said. It is not this day. You guys are savage. You guys are absolutely savage.
Okay, so here's my story from who I geeked out on, right? So
Go for it.
We're very first day, Tuesday. Tyler and I are over at Aero Precision, my most favoritist gun manufacturer ever, because I'm not getting paid from them by yet for some weird reason, but I have like 4 rifles of theirs and I love them. Anyway, Tyler is talking to the Ballistics Advantage peeps.
I know the story.
You know the story? And I hear this voice that is unmistakable.
It sounds like this.
It sounds like this. It sounds like Batman's father.
Hey, he says a lot of this. Hey.
If you don't stop impersonating me, I'm going to skull drag you across this floor. Right? So I turn over and I see, and sure enough, it's him. And I'm like, hey,
The
Tyler,
man, the myth, legend.
Tyler. And he's like, what, dude? And I was like, look. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he turned back around and started talking again. Right?
I didn't want to be rude.
I know, that's right. But the kicker was Clint, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, from Thunder Ranch, right? He comes walking behind me, and I turned and look at him. Just so happens he's walking behind me. It was pure coincidence. It wasn't like staring him down or anything. But
you did.
I felt a presence behind me. Sounds weird, but it wasn't that way. And I turned and looked, and there he was. And he turned and looked at me and he says, "How you doing?" And he kept on walking.
At that point in time, Fit and Fire was full candy corn. Like he had it going on.
I was done.
Like the AVN Awards would have been impressed.
Yes. I mean, it was like, anyway, so we talked to the Aero Precision guys, and I noticed that Clint is still hanging out, and I leaned over to Tyler and I said, "Do you think I can go get a picture with him?" And he goes, I don't think he's that type of guy.
Yeah. I gotta tell you guys, SHOT Show 2019 might have not been the greatest year for reveals and releases, but God bless it if it wasn't the year for silly, humorous events and one-liners to happen. Oh yeah,
it was such a great one. It was such.
It's a year full of inside jokes and hilarity for the people who were there.
Yeah, and then like 3 days later, I saw a picture on Instagram of Clint with Hickok 45, and I was like, "Damn it, Tyler!
But that's Hickok 45. You're not Hickok 40. I mean, you are good looking, yes, sir. You are. You have more hair than I do. You are more fit. You do more fire. That was a pun. I almost made you spit your water everywhere. But God bless it, you're not Hickok 45, who I did see at Center Bar, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, on the last day.
What?
Yeah. I couldn't muster up the nuts to go say hi to him because he was deep in conversation with somebody else. This terrible influence by the name of Keith tried to convince me to go say hi to him, and I talked myself into it, and then I talked myself out of it like 16 different times, because I was like, man, he is talking to somebody. I don't want to be that guy, but he commented on one of my videos, and I felt like I should have, and I didn't. That's my lost opportunity at Chat Show.
Yeah, that would have been a good in. You should have said, "Hey, I'm Tyler from Tundra Tactical. You saw one of my videos. I really appreciate you jumping into the comment section." That would have been a great in.
Yeah,
or
and
you,
then, but
you
see,
could have gone like a real douchey way of doing it and being like, hey, so I'm so important that you commented on one of my pictures.
that's
So,
the
like,
thing I was afraid of.
do you want a picture with me because I'm a big deal now? Like,
I'm
that's
gonna
how
do it
I would have
next year.
gone.
That's my goal next year is to up like big league Hickok 45.
Oh, geez.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I'm
All
an
right.
idiot.
So
I'm sorry.
question of the night.
God.
Should I ask it?
Do it. I know where this is going. Is the world ready?
Is the world ready?
I don't know I don't know what's happening.
I know what's happening.
Is the world ready?
I know what's happening.
Bagel Dynamics.
Bam!
Oh.
What is Bagel Dynamics? Would you care, Mr. Fit and
Please
Fire,
tell
the
us
man,
all
the myth,
about
the
it.
legend?
No,
himself?
I can't even begin because I was, if you don't recall, I was so like infuriated that right at that point when all of this was going on that I couldn't even see straight, right? So I had gotten into a very intense argument with my bride, and we won't get into that, but there was a lot of kissing and making up right after, and naturally I was naturally at fault, duh. Yeah. But then right after I got into that major argument, I got into a huge argument about bump stocks with the freaking Uber driver.
Yeah, come on, like you're at SHOT Show
drivers.
when.
Anyway, so I'm going to have to defer to you guys on what Bagel Dynamics is.
Before we discuss the dynamic nature, if you will, of Bagel Dynamics, we have to address a serious question here from Mystery Family asking, why does everyone sound so punch drunk? LOL. First off, Mystery Family, I am the only one here who is legitimately drunk. So I don't drink punch. I drink scotch. The rest of them are just naturally entertaining people. I am only entertaining because I get intoxicated and talk about guns.
And I have to jump in. Lego My Mago is in the chat room. Just putting that
yes! Mrs. Tundra Tactical herself, I almost said the man, the myth, the legend, which would make it really weird. Weird. Yeah. The lady.
The myth, legendary lady.
Oh, I like it. See, that's why you're better
What
looking
up?
than I am.
What up?
You know these things. And
what up, girl?
Yes. So Megan is here. Milspec guy says Megatron. I like it. I might keep it. But yeah, Bagel Dynamics. Alana, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the origin story?
Oh boy.
And then I'll provide my color commentary / hype manisms to it.
Well, it was a beautiful evening.
It was.
There was just a lot of love in the air, right? And there were
sounded like a Phil Collins song.
Well, we were at the Mirage right next to the Beatles store, right?
Oh, was that it?
Yes.
Were we channeling?
Magical.
We were within throwing distance of the future self of Brandon Herrera and the Beatles stores.
That's right.
Oh wait, that wasn't the same night.
Yeah, but same area. Same area. We were channeling
the origin story. I don't even remember. Let's see. We were at the Center Bar, which is a lot classier, a lot more classy than the Circle Bar. You
Indeed.
Don't lose your soul at the Center Bar. It's not too bad.
Taryn Butler was not at the Center Bar.
Yeah, we got to be careful with this, guys, because next year the Center Bar might be hopping. That's our hidden
it'll only be because we're there. So
yeah, well, we got Polar Tactical in chat. They might spread the word and be
oh boy.
facetious.
But that would require people actually crossing the road to the Mirage. And
or taking an Uber like I seem to remember one of us doing.
They're going to get into an argument about bump stock. So,
do you know that story?
Dude, Google Maps said it was further away.
You don't know that story, do you, Mark?
No, I don't.
So Alana and her crew come over to the Mirage from the Venetian, which, if you're unfamiliar with Vegas, are literally across the street from one another. And they paid for an Uber to get there.
I hate everyone.
It was ridiculous. I get a text message from Alana saying, yeah, we're going to be there soon. We're hopping in an Uber. I'm like, you could walk here faster than you could acquire an Uber. And then you don't have to get into a conversation about bump stocks. This is why you have me on your show.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's laughing.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So, origin story, go.
God, yeah. So you go ahead with it, Tyler.
Okay, I got it. I'm the one explaining it. All right.
I don't know how to go about it.
I don't know the exact lead up portion of the conversation.
We found out about American Idol.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, excellent. So we found out that two of our illustrious members of the hashtag Crispy Crew were members of the American Idol alum, if you will, and we started talking about our musical talents. Okay, and we started hearing this thing like, well, I'm a singer, and wait, but I know how to play guitar. Wait, I know how to play drums. And then somebody else says, wait, I'm a bassist. And then somebody, I don't remember who it was because I was significantly intoxicated at the time, but somebody says, wait a second. Everybody stop. Wait a second. We've got a band.
We're forming a band.
We've got, do we have the first official SHOT Show band?
Yeah, it was Keith.
It was Keith?
He called it out. It was Keith. He called it. He called it.
Yep.
We're making a band.
Keith says we're making a band, and we say, okay, well, if we're gonna make a band, we got to call it something. And just based on the name, my guess is the one, the only, the Pew Pew Jew went so far as to call it Bagel Dynamics.
Yeah,
and
I'm pretty sure
he was literally carrying a bagel in his backpack. Like,
Yehuda goes so far as
joke.
he educated us.
He ate it later.
No, he went way farther than that. He was educating us in that same Walgreens where we, endeavored to get fucking shit-faced, right? I apologize. This is way farther than PG-13. He was educating us on the nomenclature of kosher foods.
Yeah, with kosher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like what this particular symbol and combination of letters means and how we can eat it before this and that. And like, it was like algebra, but I'm pretty sure he came up with Bagel Dynamics. That's the end of the story.
It was like algebra, but Jewish.
But then we did, we took a band picture. Right,
we did, yeah, and that was the official debut of the slab in that picture.
Slab, yes, it was.
So for those who don't know what the slab is, Tundra Tactical, we have this long-standing, and by long-standing I mean not long-standing, short-standing, but what we term and define as long-standing because we're way too egotistical for our own good, and by we I mean me solely. I'm a train wreck, by the way. We have this long-standing order to revive dead memes or keep them alive, keep soon to die dead memes alive, right?
Meme review.
The Polinar Tactical, they recognized me. He said the bald guy is not kosher. He looks like he eats a lot of pork. You're goddamn right I do, Polinar Tactical, and so do you, and so do you. I can't believe they're still watching. Like they were lurking in chat there, sitting there a while. Okay, you know what? Okay, so they're responding under Polinar Tactical. Let's take a vote. Which one of the Polinar Tactical guys are watching right now? And we're each gonna say, Mark
DeLance.
Well, he's not a Polinar Tactical guy. He's the filmographer.
It's part of it.
Which one of the legit Polinar Tactical guys are watching? Who do you think?
Is it Soma? I always forget how to pronounce all their names.
So there's Zamo, Giga, and Mansa.
Zamo. What is it?
I'm going with Giga
Zamo?
because I like that name.
I'm
Zamo.
calling Giga too.
Yep, Brandon Herrera says Giga, so we're good.
All right. So we'll let Polinar respond to us to see if they are they can sack up enough to tell us who's actually watching. I'm dropping the hammer right now.
Wow.
We are no longer friends, probably on the internet, and from that I am sorry because you guys are like my fucking heroes. Anywho, Bagel Dynamics, right, and the introduction of the slab.
The slab, yeah. You got to explain what it is, though.
So I believe Alana helped me create the concept of the slab, and we were talking about how to revive all of these dead memes, and we could argue that the Slav squat is definitely not a dead meme, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be. The dab, definitely dead meme. But we wanted to bring it back. You know, we wanted to bring it back Clerks 2 style, if you catch my joke there. But we're not going to go quite that far. And so I decided to come up with the idea of the Slav squat combined with the dab. Hence the concept of the slab. I almost said the dab. So the slab was invented at SHOT Show 2019. So as it recurs throughout history, you can mark your calendars. Yeah, probably. I'm going to attempt to. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm going to attempt to unsuccessfully keep it alive, but inevitably alienate myself from all of my friends because of it.
It's a good way to go.
I don't know if people will be able to see.
Yeah, that's good. It's a little.
I can see the slab.
A little bright. I don't know. There's the slab, and that is the.
You know, the only thing I can see is Brandon Herrera's crotch, and that. And I mean, who can't see that? In all reality,
it wasn't the first time you've seen it.
Oh,
can I admit something? For the first time ever.
Yes.
On Keep Calm and Carry.
Yes.
I actually argue that this is not a safe space.
It's not a safe space.
Regardless of your attempt to convince me otherwise, I have actually seen Brandon Herrera's crotch.
Oh, very nice.
It's still clothed, but darn is it good looking.
What in the world?
I'm not even. I could go down a rabbit hole with that one, but hey, we have a question from the. We have a question.
Let's go to a question.
We have a question from the chat room
Revolving.
from the revolting man. He says, "Did anyone look at any guns over there? Hey, I saw a G2C."
Hey, we could drop the proverbial bomb from SHOT Show that my bold claim from SHOT Show now. If you'd like to go do so,
yes, do that one real quick.
You know what? I'm going to actually turn it over to you, sir, because you dropped it on Instagram, courtesy of me. I would like you to take the words out of my mouth. That's what she said. And thank you, Alana, for putting that in my repertoire again.
I just want to
please go ahead.
Before we get into that, I just need to throw out a hashtag. All right, hashtag what stays in Vegas.
No.
I messed it up all the way.
What happens in Vegas stays on Instagram.
There we go.
And that is courtesy of the one, the only, the much better looking than the two of us jerks, the Alana from the Semi-Armed Life.
Thank you.
That is your original content, your IP.
I appreciate that.
It is. So
I have ideas sometimes.
Yes, I get one a day, and mine was like at 9 a.m.
That's way more than me.
So Tyler and I were talking, and we were just trying to figure out what do we want to go see next. And he looked at me. He's like, "Oh, dude, have you seen the new Canic?" And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Dude.
Yeah, right.
The new Canic?
The new Canic? And I was like, okay. And he's like, no, the TP9 Elite Combat. And I'm like, oh yeah, didn't like the Gun Collective talk about that on their show? And it's like,
who's that? The Gun Collective?
They're like, could they make the name any more difficult? Right? But he said, but Tyler, straight faced for once, looked at me and said, this is the best gun on this floor in all of SHOT Show under $1,000. And I was like, "Oh, well, that's a
That is a
bold claim."
claim.
That
That
was
is
a
a claim.
bold claim, sir.
It is. So he was like, I was like, well, let's
But
go
hey,
look at it.
Tyler's a bold guy.
Yeah,
I am a bold guy. Well, bald guy, definitely. Bold, we'll see.
So we went over and took a look at it, and I must say I was thoroughly impressed with it. I was thoroughly impressed. And in comparison, one of the other guns that we took a look at was the Walther Q5 Match, and I liked the Canic better than I liked the Walther, and I was really impressed with the Walther too. So yeah, I was thoroughly impressed, and hopefully, knock on wood here, I've got a contact that maybe I can do a test and evaluation of one here in the future. So we'll see what happens. So
Would you say that your contact likes some salsa with his chips?
yeah, indeed. Indeed, and I have to thank Tyler for that because he had the guy's name in his back pocket, and so we were able to talk to him again. And the conversation was so great. It was so great. He just devolved into this. Well, if you want it for 30 days, we can send it to you for 30 days. That wouldn't be a problem. And if you need a little bit longer, then maybe you can have it for 60 days, and then
he said, maybe we'll just let you keep it.
Maybe just keep it.
It was awesome. I was like, I like where this is going.
Yeah.
You know, I got to say this right now, because of the two of you, this is by far the most entertaining live stream I've ever been on.
Yeah, well, you get us all together. And last week, it's just so fresh. But I got to jump in here real quick because Alaskan Ballistics just dropped $5. Thank you, sir. I sure do appreciate it. Yeah. And he said, did you see the 10 millimeter Chris /Glock mags? Any thoughts? I personally didn't because I was running around with a chicken like its head cut off and everything. So I have to turn it over to you guys. Did you guys see any of that?
I did not, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I got to talk. So interesting story. The Mil-Spec guy in chat is going to love this one because we were actually very conveniently, we were waiting on a certain officer to show up to lunch. And inevitably, that officer got lost.
Hashtag you can't spell
Lost without LT.
Yeah, there you go. Man,
there we go. I'm even drunk, man. Come on, you gotta give me some. You gotta give me some. You can't spell lost without LT.
There you go.
So LT, Mark LT was attempting to meet us for lunch at a little joint called Lobster Me, which is phenomenal, by the way. That's my SHOT Show go-to for the lobster roll. Yep. If you don't know about it, then what is wrong with you, ladies and gentlemen?
I hate lobster.
Oh, that is unfortunate. But we'll allow it because you are, like I said, the most charismatic person in this group.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're getting there. And while we were waiting, the Mil-Spec guy in chat here is like, holy shit. You said you wanted to talk to the Hidden Hybrid Holsters guy, right? And I was like, yeah. They're like a big sponsor of ours. I'd love to talk to this guy. And he's like, that's the dude over there. You should go talk to him. And so I was like, yeah, it kind of looks like the guy, but I've never met him before. So I go up to him and I go, hey, Matt from Hidden Hybrid Holsters. It's Tyler from Tundra Tactical. And the guy looks at me like I'm a fucking alien. He's like, no, I'm not Matt from Hidden Hybrid Holsters. I'm John from Chris. How you doing, man? And I was like, oh boy. Hey, John from Chris. I got to tell you, I'm not doing that great right now because I've just made a complete ass of myself in the queue of Lobster Me to on behalf of my wonderful and very talented writer Eric, the Mil-Spec guy in chat. He said you were somebody else, and I wanted to introduce myself, but we're going to keep this real and tell me what's new at Chris this year. I rolled right into it like a true professional, Oh,
jeez.
And
wait,
he talked to me. He talked to me all about that 10 mil Chris.
Was that after your run-in with Polinar Tactical? Because then at least you would have a good excuse.
Well, the Polinar Tactical thing was last year at SHOT, so I have zero excuse.
Oh.
Yeah, that was not
technically not because I don't know.
2 years ago now. I suppose
there was a lot of drinking at the Circle Bar.
Well, actually, no. Similar story with these Pulling Our Tactical guys. These crazy slobs. If they're still watching, I roll up to their booth this year at Arsenal with the intention of not even talking to them, but talking to DeLance, because he's essentially my cinematographer hero right now. So he's working with Pulling Our Tactical, and I'm like, DeLance, I'm jealous, man. How do I get to be on the same level as you, working with the epically famous Pulling Our Tactical fools? I don't suppose those two words go together terribly often, but they do in this case. And all of a sudden, Giga shows up with a bottle of whiskey, I say whiskey, he says vodka. And I drank a lot of it. And so I texted Alana saying, so I'm drunk and it's 10:30 a.m.
Yep.
It's Vegas at SHOT Show, baby.
Well, I can tell you that a certain gentleman may have serenaded a certain Alana's fiance through video text.
That's right.
By the way, yeah, your face froze again on the camera, and it's. I'm gonna go ahead and recreate the face.
Yeah,
right there.
That's about right. Yeah,
it's basically the face that he was making when he realized that we were gonna or video chat with Mike.
Yeah. I was
we're gonna video chat with Mike.
No,
what?
well,
no, we're talking about from
when we were at the
Vegas.
Circle Bar. I told him how much I loved him and how much that he means to me. And
all I gotta say about Mike is that he's probably a really good-looking guy. If Facebook thinks that we're the same people.
Yeah. So facial recognition, Facebook's facial recognition, not the best because.
Wait a second. I feel like that's a shot.
Well,
no,
I feel like that's a shot.
They're both bald and they both have beards.
The technology's a little flawed,
Yeah, I feel I'm getting more and more confident that this is an insult.
I have a feeling that their eyes are spaced exactly the same distance apart too.
Yeah.
So
I'm starting to think more and more that this is you guys talking about how good Mike looks and how ugly I am.
He's just so attractive.
I'm not going to disagree.
All right,
with you.
so I feel like we should fill in the people in the live chat then if they're wicked confused right now.
Have we even covered Bagel Dynamics yet?
Yeah, we did like 10 minutes ago, man.
Who knows where I've been?
But no, guys. So the reason why, so my fiance Mike, he happens to also be a bald dude with a beard.
They all look
similar
alike
to Mr. Tyler here, and so Facebook thought that Tyler and I got engaged. So congratulations, Tyler, on our Facebook.
It goes farther than that. The very first ever contact I get from you. In fact, you know what? Hold on. I'm pulling this up on Facebook chat right now.
Well, yeah, see, Tyler added me on Facebook. And that was right after I posted our engagement photos, Mike and I's engagement photos. And so instantly Facebook was like, oh, all right. So bald dude with a beard. It must be Tyler.
Yeah. The very first contact I ever had with Elena is, hey, Facebook thinks we're engaged. And I was like,
what up?
What?
That could have gone awkwardly bad.
Yeah,
but it's us though.
Yeah, of course.
But
we
my
like
fiance has probably he's like twice as tall as Tyler and twice as weight. He's a monster. He's so big.
The Pew Pew Jew is telling me to look at my IG messages right now. I don't know what this is going to entail.
Who knows what?
Oh no! I saw it, and it is magical.
Oh, I guess I need to look at it too.
Is it this thing? This Pew Pew Jew and Gun Jesus?
It's a logo.
No, it's a logo. Yeah.
There's a logo.
Oh my God.
It's the best.
Oh, he acronymized
a
Bagel.
band logo. No, I think you're right. I think Eric did that. And then the Pew Pew Jew just created the logo.
Guys, we got something here.
We got
Yep.
something. I think we should exploit it and extract as much money from it as we possibly can.
Yeah, before it dies like the rest of the memes.
Well, according to everybody, I guess that money is going to have to go to my drug addiction because I'm the drug.
Oh yeah. Mark is the so you watch every VH1 behind the music, and there's that one band member who's just hopelessly addicted, addicted. That's the alcohol talking. To narcotics. That's Mark, apparently. I'm the alcohol addicted weirdo, but Mark is the one that inevitably we have the intervention on.
So I got to interject. So the Mil-Spec guy just posted this on Instagram, and it's our conversation about trying to find lobster meat.
When he told you to stay the fuck put and you didn't?
No, it's not that. It didn't get that deep. And it's like it gave me the directions. Go up the escalator like you were on your way to get an Uber. Walk to the canal and look righty. And it says Fit and Fire. I have no idea where I'm at. It says on a scale of private to LT, how lost are you? And my reply was LT.
Yep. Now, so I'm gonna disclose to the internet just how famous and popular you are, sir.
Who?
You, the one, the only, the Fit and Fire.
The only other sir in the chat.
Yeah. I'm not that familiar with. Yeah, exactly. So I see your post on the promo for this live chat, which, by the way, has devolved into an absolute S show.
I don't know what's
yeah, because we're talking about a shit show, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there. Wait.
Every time I text shot show, it would my thumb would automatically hit the I instead of the O.
You know what? You're unintentionally foreshadowing here. You don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
There's an announcement that's happening tonight.
Uh-oh.
What?
That you don't know about. Neither of you two know about, but you will be involved in, regardless of if you say yes or no. Oh, don't worry. That's coming later.
Wait, it's not going to happen now?
That's what she said.
No. Oh, God. I can never beat you in that. You are the queen of
I'm
the
a
That's
pro.
What She Said.
I watch a lot of
Touché.
The Office.
Touche. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's especially awesome when your 9-year-old says it when you're driving down the road.
Shit show or That's What She Said? Equally as bad. Which would you be more upset with? If she said shit show or That's What She Said?
No, she said shit when she was 3.
Oh my God.
And you're raising the right girl.
Is
Tanker.
I'm just
Is he? Where? Is he eating tacos?
No, I think he's
no,
dead.
no, I said is
good.
he?
Yeah. So Mark, Mr. Fit and Fire himself, the one, the only, even, is doing this casual brush of the hair on his Instagram post promoting this live stream, and the only name that pops up that likes the video, Blue Alpha Gear.
Oh,
Wow.
Mr. Kurt himself, the guy who's trying to copy my look. Right?
he's actually a lot more famous because of a certain article that was published on Saturday in the Wall Street Journal. I think we should. This would be a good point.
By God, if that ain't SHOT Show news, I don't know what is.
I think that was probably the most important news that we'll talk about in this live chat.
Do it.
Because nothing else we've talked about.
No, nothing else. There's nothing coherence, structure. These are not things associated with. Yeah, exactly. These are not things associated with this live chat. But Fit and Fire, if you want to go ahead and try to recover some legitimacy to the internet, please, by all means, tell the rest of the world, because they are watching, what happened with Blue Alpha Gear and NRAM.
Blue Alpha Gear's watching?
No, I mean, they are by proxy. The rest of the world is watching.
6 degrees of separation. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
6?
5 1/4. I don't know.
I'm
Anyway,
so confused right now.
Okay, so Blue Alpha Gear. If you guys don't know, my belt is sitting right over there. They make some awesome belts. I've got a video on one. Matter of fact, they just were so gracious enough to hook me up with a new EDC belt to give to the wife as she heads out the door for her deployment, which was super, super awesome. So thank you so much for that support Blue Alpha Gear. But they had an article in the Wall Street Journal where they basically come out and said that they are not supporting the NRA at the NRA annual meeting, and they will not have a booth there. And they were teaming up with their partners, Coltac, who will also not have a booth at the NRA. And what was really interesting about it is Blue Alpha Gear is not one of the biggest, companies out there. I mean, they're known, right? Coltac's known, but they're not like Remington or Colt or something like that. But the NRA representative who this reporter talked to knew that Blue Alpha Gear had backed out. So I thought that was extremely interesting. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I'm kind of it's hard for me to have much of an opinion on it because the way that I see it is it's sort of like, I understand if they have frustrations or whatever and they want to back out or something just to like make a statement. But at the same time, like the NRA annual meetings, it's really about the members. It's not about, the politics or, the leadership or whatever you might have a problem with. It's really about like getting out there with the public, so because I'm assuming they were at SHOT Show, right?
Yes. Well, they didn't have a booth. They were walking around.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if they had a booth at SHOT Show, but then they're not going to have a booth at NRA, then that would be a little bit frustrating to me just because NRA is open to the public. So, I mean...
kind of like one of the bigger YouTube channels that says that they're not going to go to SHOT Show, but they're going to go to the NRA annual meeting.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think, the NRA annual meetings, it's like, however you feel about the NRA, it's still a really awesome place for just generally for the gun community to all get together. And like I said, it's open to the public. So to me, that's like the most important thing.
Sure.
To be able to get out there.
Sure. We're getting some additional information here is that all the money that they were going to get, they're going to give to GOA. So they are donating all that money to GOA. So the money, I guess my understanding is the money that they would have spent on their booth, they're going to turn around and give to the GOA. And I think personally, the GOA is an organization along with FPC. Those two organizations are far more engaged in the fight than I think the NRA is right now. Because I think, honestly, the NRA is just doing damage control at this point.
So are you guys ready for me to drop some media bombshells tonight?
Ooh.
Okay. And for once, I am not joking.
Oh.
Okay. This is straight off the press. This is hot fire in regard to the NRA.
What's your source?
Have you guys been paying close attention to the the only Gun Collective on Instagram recently?
Oh,
I know
I
what
saw
you're
that.
talking about.
It's not just them. Freaking IV8888 did it, and then freaking Mac did it too.
Should I drop the knowledge, drop the bombs for those who are unaware?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and do it because it's it's on the interwebs.
And this very potentially could be our disclaimer statement. Official ruling / safety net, if you will, if this is in fact the case. So for those of you guys who are unaware, earlier today from the Gun Collective, and I will apologize because I'm probably not the greatest person in the world to read this in my current state of intoxication, but I will do my very best. The Gun Collective posts earlier to Instagram this day. They go, "It's no secret that many in the media have been holding the NRA accountable for their actions as of late. There are very powerful people within the NRA who stand to lose a lot by the continued loss of members and revenue. We have friends all over the world and in many communities." We have friends all over the world and in many communities, which include those who reside and work in the realm of the dark web. It has been brought to our attention by a source that we deem to be credible within this community that a bounty has been placed by a high-level NRA member or a high-level NRA operative against all detractors of the organization. Stand by 1 second, guys. Okay, 2 seconds. Go back to the Instagram post here. So long story short, apparently the NRA is like allegedly attacking creators.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. And I can only state this allegedly.
Yeah.
We don't know this for certain. If it's posted by the Gun Collective, I'm going to go ahead and assume this is something that is relatively accurate. But this is some wild accusational crazy. This is almost worthy of a Tundra Talk episode.
It should be, but I would just say, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm tired. I was surprised to see that, and I hope that that's not the case. I really do. Exactly. But to be frankly honest with you, it's NRA has become trite to me, and I just do not give them any more airtime. That's my
so let's remove the NRA from the subject of discussion here and talk more about the silly shenanigans that happened at SHOT Show, huh?
Is it what else is left?
Oh,
yeah, right. It's only the diehards that are left right now.
I know, right? So,
like Izzy,
yes, I had to say Izzy. I love you.
There are people actually still in this chat.
Yeah, there's a whole 29 people. There's actually more people than there was.
Yeah,
what are y'all doing with your lives?
I don't know, but
that's what I ask myself on a weekly basis.
I will have to tell Izzy, number one, sir, you are a machine sitting in the press room, the media room, the entire week and crushing out those videos for the Gun Collective. That's number one. Number two,
hashtag unsung hero.
Unsung hero. Number two is thank you so much for the conversation that we had on Friday. That, I mean, we spent like 2 hours of our time at the end of SHOT Show. We just chatted, and I learned so much from him. And number three, if I had paints and an easel, I would have painted you like one of my French girls.
Oh, geez.
That's an inside joke.
Izzy is quite the magical man, I will say.
He is.
I got to meet him in person for the first time, and I got to say, my life has changed for the better.
A lot more tacos, right?
That's right. And he is absolutely right. Jackie and Izzy run the press room.
Oh my God. Wait, I have to stop everything that's happening right now. My girl, Angel of Verdun.
No way.
Up? She just entered the chat room.
God. Are you serious?
Okay, wait.
No, she's here?
She is here.
Oh my God.
She just said that she's here to support her Kalash sister.
Oh my gosh.
She is in here as Shield Maiden 865 McGuire.
Nice.
Man, we have been missing out getting
Alana
in these live chats because she's bringing all the hot fire.
I'm telling you. Oh yeah, actually. So I will have to say that I did not know of this person until Alana and I talked last week. And the moment that she brought her up, I was like, click, follow. I'm a new follower.
I told her about the rant that I went on at the Circle Bar about how if you're not following Angel of Verdun on Instagram, then you are doing Instagram wrong.
Yes. And I have been rewarded very much so. So
you're welcome.
Yes. No, thank you, Alana and Miss Angel of Verdun. Yes.
Miss Angel of Verdun.
Yes, much better looking than the rest of us.
Oh, indeed.
Yes. So, but for real, for anybody in the live chat or anybody that's watching, honestly, like Angel Verdun, I'm just gonna fangirl here for a second. She's on Instagram, and honestly, she is one of the only like true female operators out there. Like there aren't a lot of ladies like her. She's about to go to Ranger school here pretty soon.
What?
And yeah, she's a total badass. Yeah.
I somehow closed out the live chat. Okay, there we go. That is like too legit to quit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too legit to quit.
For real.
I would say her counterpart from the civilian side would probably be Corinne Mosier, Shield Maiden. You see how that ties in? Yeah?
I see how that works.
She's a badass, and if she looks at you, she will look through your soul. So,
in that case, I will remain in the shadows.
And I think actually
into my soul.
I think Angel of Verdun actually just recently did a video chat with Jim Fuller. I did not get a chance to see it, but yeah.
With a name like that, though, with a name like that, she should be really doing chats with Gun Jesus.
That's a good point. We need to get them together, man.
Let me go make a couple of phone calls, see if I can.
Wait
Yeah.
a second. Hold
Yeah,
on a
let's see if
second.
we
Time
can-
out here.
I took a picture with Gun Jesus now, so we're basically best friends.
Yeah.
Isn't Angel of Verdun a reference to The Day After Tomorrow?
I don't know.
What?
You'll have to ask her.
Yeah, I think so.
Ashley,
I think
tell us.
Let's Google it. Let's Google it. It's official. It's happening live.
Everybody's just watching us use Google.
I know, right?
Oh,
Correct.
she said correct.
Ah, I knew my useless knowledge of movie trivia would come
Holy
in.
yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the Emily Blunt's character, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So,
Brandon, there was the Battle of Verdun.
yes,
Well,
that
that
was
was
World War.
a long
That's
time
the thing,
ago.
too. Yes.
Yeah, the World War One thing.
That's
World War One thing where the AK-50 was invented. So
hashtag Brandon Herrera, conditioner for life.
hashtag historian, right?
Yeah,
So,
right. That's essentially how history works.
Hey,
Just insert Brandon Herrera into any point of history and you win.
Dylan Brown, answer to your question: will I be at the IDPA shoot in April at Mill Creek? Maybe. I don't know. Mostly for Mill Creek, I like to shoot 3-gun there. So it'll be up in the air. It depends on what's going on. My wife will be deployed at that time, so I will be mom and dad for the next 9 months. So
it's that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and you guys got to see how responsible I was.
So there was I believe the band, was it MXPX that had the song called Responsibility? What's that?
You should sing it.
I'm not going to do it live. I'm sorry, this isn't Vegas.
All right.
Bagel Dynamics for single.
Yeah.
No,
remix.
Brandon Herrera is our front man. Remember, he's the one who won American Idol apparently in 2013. It's unsung hero. Yes. Yeah. Drop it like it Scott does say. He confirms my belief that it was MXPX.
There you go.
There we go. So.
And then the Angel of Verdun says, but yeah, I saw the movie and really appreciated Emily Blunt's character as Shield Maiden badass. It was also one of the bloodiest battles in World War I, which is probably where the book/movie got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that.
Kind of a wicked story. If you ain't a historian, you should probably read up on that.
Milspec Mike wants to say, "Holy crap, MXPX!"
It's Milspec Guy.
I know,
not Milspec Mike.
That's the whole joke. Come on, guys.
It's a bit.
It's a bit.
Oh, geez.
Thanks, Alaskan. I appreciate it.
Alaskan, yes. Alaskan wins the chat. Thank you for your wife's service.
And that's one of the things. That's one of the real cool ins I had with all these different people that I met from industry at SHOT Show was, hey, my name is Mark. I'm with Fit and Fire. I'm an Army wife. So
you were playing that hard.
Oh, I was,
and so was another member of our crew. Apparently,
who was that?
Who's that?
I can't remember.
They must have not been doing it too hard then.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Someday, one of these days. No, that joke went over everyone's heads. I apologize.
I missed it.
I think I got you.
I think I got you.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes, it was Yehuda. It was Yehuda.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a joke, it's always Yehuda. So, shall we make an announcement?
Wait, no. Hold on. It's not. So,
please.
So, freaking the Angel Verdun says hardest job in the Army, being an Army wife, and then she starts laughing. So,
hardest job in the Army.
Yeah, he just said hardest job.
Hardest job in the
Ermagerd.
My favorite character from the Muppets. So,
yeah, we're talking about bringing dead memes back to life. The Ermagerd lady.
Yeah, Ermagerd. And I do make a very good housewife. I can cook too. So
you can what now?
I can cook.
Oh, cook. Like
cook.
All right, wait. Delance said that him and Brandon are going to be fighting in World War I again, but I don't think that they had deep conditioner back in World War I. I don't think
you're going to need some ointment for that burn.
Yeah,
I don't know,
could he survive? Could he? Because I don't think I think there is an Instagram post on I believe yours and mine Instagram that shows what happens when you comment negatively on the AK Jesus's hair.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he dies, essentially.
just dead.
So hey, I'll tell you what, guys. Should we make
Yeah.
should we make an announcement that you guys are unaware of?
Yeah.
Okay. So I gotta try to delay this as much as possible so I can see in chat. Mr. Keith, are you listening right now? Have you survived this long? Are you going to be watching? Tell me in chat, good sir, if you are still alive, still present even for the gigantic announcement. And I'm hoping that sometime soon, as I'm rambling on, trying to delay this out even more, which is a skill, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that takes years to learn how to do to keep this. Yes, he's alive, he says. Okay, he's excellent. All right. I couldn't have drug that out any longer if I tried, which I technically still am doing. All right. So Keith and I are sitting down, final day of SHOT Show. We just get out of this wicked cool meeting where we're just like talking about how excellent we are. And we're talking about, we essentially talked to this small little company. And we just said, you know what, we're big league now. And we should probably be something for you. But anyways, post that, we sit down, we have Stromboli of all things. Okay. We're sitting down, we're rocking the Stromboli. Well, no, you're not wrong either. Because historically speaking, like you think of the big names in music like Pearl Jam, you think of like Jimi Hendrix, Depeche Mode, yeah, Iggy Pop, and whenever they wrote all, I can't say Iggy Pop with a straight face. Whenever they wrote all of their number one hits, they were always eating Stromboli.
Huh. Interesting.
That's a lie.
What? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that's fake news.
But we were eating Stromboli at the time, and we were talking about how much good times that we had at SHOT Show, right? And how that if a certain live stream like this were to have happened, the people in the live stream would essentially comment that it wasn't SHOT Show, it was a shit show. Right?
Yes.
So can you imagine what the collective brains of myself and Mr. Keith came up with? You can't, can you? Because it's so awesome.
But
I will go with yes.
I could guess.
The idea, which you guys will be participating in, yet you have no idea that you will be participating in. And there's a certain few members in the chat, namely the one, the only, the aforementioned Keith, and the Pew Pew Jew himself, Yehuda, will be participating in, yet he doesn't know that he'll be participating in. We will be creating a live stream called The Shit Show.
Yes.
Which will be a panel-based live stream with the four of us talking about the state of the industry in the terms of how we experience SHOT Show.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So we have to. So every live chat will be a drunken stupor.
Well, that's a given. But,
okay.
Well, so when so how we came up with the idea is we it's essentially this live stream right here. Like that's what you can expect, ladies and gentlemen. How many people we still got in the chat there?
SHOT Show After Dark.
That's it. How many people we got?
After Dark, yeah.
Yes.
29, I think.
Okay, so we're maintaining. We got 29. So for the 29 people left in chat right now. Okay, what you're watching on the internet from all of the quote unquote professionals, right? You're watching the actual SHOT Show coverage, the product, the people, all of the cool stuff. He is calling me right now. Keith is actually calling me. My question is, should I answer the phone?
Yes, you should. But I got Deagle's recommendation called the Shart Show because with this diet that I'm on, there's like one shart a week. I can tell you that right now.
Should I put it on speaker and see what he has to say?
Yes.
All right. So this first time ever. Not SHOT Show exclusive, but Keep Calm and Carry exclusive, right? Keith, as he's known in my phone, Keith the Gun Group Dude, live on speakerphone. Keith, say hi to Keep Calm and Carry. You're on speakerphone.
What is up? What is up?
Keith, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good. Watching the live stream on the big screen.
Oh, he's on the big screen, ladies and gentlemen. So Keith, I'm assuming that you just had the had the time to listen to the announcement of the idea that we came up with, sir. Is that the case?
I'm pretty excited about our shit show. because it's just the embodiment of what SHOT Show truly is.
So
Embodiment.
yeah, the general idea was when all of these quote unquote professional YouTubers, all of the which essentially amounts to all the people that are actually taking this seriously, where we are not, they're going to be covering all of the cool guns and all of the wicked on the floor events, right? That are happening at SHOT Show. And we're going to cover everything else, all the shit that happens after the show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And it's not just going to be our panel. I mean, one of the things we really want to do is everybody that's had a crazy experience from like the old heads, like our old, our last meeting guy was telling us about how Glock had certain entertainers from a certain other trade show way back in the day. I want to hear those
Entertainers, right?
Yeah, entertainers.
This is Vegas, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
So, we're going to do that, and we just want to hear all the stories outside of the floor. Like, Tyler, I know you had a certain story. I don't know if you want to talk about it here with your beard and certain
ladies of the evening.
Grabs.
Yeah, I remember that.
Call in, and the shit show's going to be real, man.
Shit Show 2019, hashtag that, and mark your calendars. History in the making, right there. Hey Keith, thanks for the phone call in to Bagel Dynamics version episode 1, hijacking Keep Calm and Carry from Fit and Fire. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Sorry, guys. Have a great night.
We love you, Keith.
Tyler,
Is that the first time you've had a live call in?
You sound like a freaking radio host, and I love it.
That is kind of what I went to school for, there, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of unique. So that was the co-inventor of the concept of Shit Show episode blank. What do you guys think of the concept where everyone else is talking about all of the serious stuff that's going on in the industry? What if you, me, Keith, and Yehuda, Brandon, and DeLance get on and do a giant panel discussion about all of the shit that is happening in the industry?
Only if we can mimic what TGC did not too long ago, where everybody's trying to talk over everybody.
Isn't that what's happening already?
I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing.
If you have me on, I will automatically attempt to talk over everybody else because, unfortunately, my narcissistic personality really just requires me to be the center of attention at all times.
So I had a very good opportunity to be narcissistic. I had a large.
You did not.
I did, and let me tell you real quick how this ended up. I was asked by what I feel is somewhat kind of an important person. Tell me who is the top YouTuber under 50,000 right now, and I looked at him with a straight face. And I told him a YouTuber's name that was not me. And after about 5 minutes afterwards, I was like, "Damn it! If I would have been on my toes a little bit better, I would have looked at him and said, well, the narcissistic person in me would have said me." But and kind of get him to laugh. But
so I'm really curious.
You need to take some self-promotion lessons from Yehuda because he is really good at
my God, is he
He's
ever?
The best.
No, I'm serious, Mark.
But in a
Elena,
good way,
you got to tell the
too.
story. You have to tell the story.
Gosh. Okay.
And you have to set it up proper, like the whole story.
I don't know if I can do that as well as you do. You're a very good storyteller.
I'm working on it. I'm not even drunk, and you're slurring words.
I know. I'm
no, wait, I am drunk. You're not drunk. What am I talking about? Go ahead. Continue
Yehuda, he's just the best. So we were sitting in a very important booth that we had reserved.
Very transparent.
Very exclusive at SHOT Show. It was just a meeting booth.
I love this story.
Not important at all. But we were sitting in, and Yehuda, he obviously is there to promote his children's books, which folks in the live chat, if you don't know, Yehuda, aka the Pew Pew Jew, is a children's firearm safety author. He has a book called Safety On, and another book that is the ABCs of Guns, which is awesome. So
can I jump in for a shameless non-self promotion?
Yes.
Oh, Mr.
Bam.
The Pew Pew Jew
Bam.
writes children's books for the Pro 2A community. The one, the only, the Pew Pew Jew, author of Safety On, which is a gun safety firearms book written in the persona of a child to a child, which is phenomenal even. Illustrations like this, wording like that. I mean, it's so good. Okay, I'm dropping the book now. And then the second book, which is a personal favorite of mine, which he gave to me for free. Yes, I got to say it, for free. I was not paid to promote this, but I did receive this for free. The ABC of Guns, or the ABCs of Guns. Now, all we have to do is we have to look at A to understand what this is going to be about. A stands for ammunition and AR-15. What a guy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Yehuda, also known as the Pew Pew Jew, in chat a round of applause. Hey-o!
Hey.
Continue on with your story.
Well, you got to say goodnight to Izzy real quick. Goodnight,
Oh,
Izzy.
Yeah,
yes.
good night, Izzy.
We love you.
Hope you feel better.
We love you.
Taco Life.
Sorry that you caught the stupid SHOT Show flu.
Shit show? Shot show?
All right. So anywho, so yeah, Yehuda is a phenomenal children's author. And so we're sitting in this booth and all of a sudden he just like perks up and he's like, oh my God, you guys, I have to go. It's the man spot. It's the man spot and the wife spot. And I have to go get the books. And he literally, they're walking by and he has to like go out the door from the booth that we're sitting in and literally grabs his books and sprints so fast down the hall to catch up with the man spot.
By the way.
I know.
The knife hands. I'm really good with the knife hands.
She learned
He goes sprinting. He goes sprinting down the hall, catches up with the man spot and the wife spot. And we can see him like down the hall, just like geeking out, talking to them about his book and everything. And he gets a picture with them. And then, he just comes like just so merrily skipping back to the booth. He is so darn happy. He just comes back and he's like shaking because he's so excited that he got to meet the man spot. And to the man spot's credit, it was really awesome for him for Yehuda because he actually knew about Yehuda's books through Tactical Baby Gear, but he didn't know who Yehuda was, and he had been looking for him and everything. So it was a great opportunity, and he was literally like shaking like this because he couldn't stop just geeking out. It was great. It was a bigger fangirl moment than me meeting Ian McCollum.
Yeah, the approximation was, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
That's pretty close, yeah. I thought he was going to bust through that window just to get.
On multiple occasions, he said, "If this certain personality walks by, I don't care. This window's getting broken."
Yeah,
it was so good.
It's pretty good.
By the way, if you guys don't know, if you ever see me sipping out of this wonderful Black Rifle coffee mug, that is straight liquor.
Oh Lord.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've been going for almost 2 hours now.
Man,
and,
is this a Keep Calm and Carry record?
It is. This is the longest one we have done.
Boom.
All right,
by a long margin.
Can we just do a quick recap and talk about what we've covered?
Yes, we can talk about.
You even remember?
We talked about our favorite things, which was all of us. We talked the most inventive, most innovative thing, which was nothing. Who do we geek out on?
Mad.
I think we got right. I think we all agree. Ian McCollum is who we geeked out on.
I got to get the autograph of the one, the only. I almost said Chuck Yeager. He was not at SHOT Show.
No, he wasn't. James Yeager was.
James Yeager was, and that's who I'm thinking of. But that wasn't even who was. Larry Vickers. I can't believe I confused Larry Vickers and Chuck Yeager. God damn it! I love this. I love this group. Continue on, Mark. I apologize.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna shut up.
No, you just keep on talking. I'm trying to.
We're just doing a
yeah.
full
No,
circle,
we talked about influential moments and peoples and weird shit that happened. Let's not forget Bagel Dynamics, the next big hit at SHOT Show 2020, and I'm calling it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, 2020 is like a sci-fi historical moment. for us nerds in the community. All right. So 2020 is like this influential historical moment. This is when all the sci-fi shit happens. And we're gonna make our mark. We're making our mark on the firearms community by introducing the very first ever SHOT Show band.
Yes.
In 2020.
And I mean, I'm going to be getting married in 2020. So like that's going to be like the best day of my life. But I mean,
look at her as she's curling her hair.
It'll come kind of close.
I think for SHOT Show 2020, we should also unveil the music video, and we should be doing, we should video and tape or whatever, Bagel Dynamics.
I actually
launch video.
That.
I love it.
What happens in Vegas, right?
Stays on Instagram. So we just post it on Instagram, you know?
Hashtag. So, man, I guess the moral of the story is SHOT Show. What is this?
Wait, Brandon. I can't speak. Brandon just posted in the live chat. It's the year 2020. We don't have flying cars, but we have bagel.
Yes. And that should be, guys, this is the reason we work in the industry that we work in,
But hold on a second. Stop right there. He misspelled Bagel Dynamics. He misspelled it.
Yep. How do
is it supposed to have an X instead of a CS?
Yes. Bagel Dynamics.
Right here. Shoot, like Mortal Kombat block.
With
Mortal
the knife
Kombat
hands.
block right there. Yeah, double knife. It's too intense for most people.
Double knife hands.
That's fine because we're only taking the most hardcore of people. But I think you guys can agree with me in my drunken state that the moral of the story, the whole live stream can be summed up to the best thing about SHOT Show was the people at SHOT Show.
Yes.
It was. Yes, I would agree with that.
It was really good. I mean, we have so many people that we can name off and so many celebrities and big names that we could name drop. But at the end of the day, every single night it was Tundra Tactical, Fit and Fire, Alana, Amy, Keith, like all of,
Yehuda.
Who else am I forgetting? DeLance. Eric.
We had a late edition. Oh, what was her name? Oh my God, I'm spacing her name. Oh no, I can't think of her name.
At SHOT Show?
Yeah, at the Bagel Dynamics. She's part of the crew.
Amy.
Yes, Amy.
Didn't I say Amy?
Did you?
Oh, okay. Thanks for listening, sweetheart.
Over here typing to Brandon.
But like I said, I think that is for me, and I think I could speak for the rest of you guys here. The best thing about SHOT Show was spending the time with you guys and getting to come up with the ideas of the hashtag what happens in Vegas stays on Instagram, the slab, Bagel Dynamics, like all of the goofy shit that we came away with. That was my favorite part.
If I can add something too, because I feel like there may be some folks watching this and be like, oh God, yeah, well, I'll never get to go to SHOT Show because I don't work in the industry. Well, at the end of the day, y'all should just go to NRA annual meetings because it's open to the public and all the same shenanigans happen at NRA. So
I could also argue, and I think Mark, you can agree with me on this, is we also don't work in the industry. We just pretend really well.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, we're really good at pretending. And I have to second Alana.
You just talk shit on the industry.
Yeah. You're Alana, though, you are right. If you're not able to make it to SHOT Show, make it to NRAM. Now, that's an absolute hypocritical statement from me because I have not yet been to NRAM. Some of my crew members have. Vicariously.
Wait, 22 Cheapster. Oh God. Okay, hold on a second.
You had me fucking going for a second.
I'm sorry. No, 22
Some
Cheapster
people in
just
chat
joined
are
in.
gonna know what I mean by that.
Wait, what did you say? I missed.
He said, "Or crash an industry party." That's what we do all the time.
That's what we do. Yes, that's exactly what we do.
So and that's what 22 Cheapster did. He showed up at the Gun Funny We Like Shooting party.
That's right.
And he is the man.
He is the man.
He's a fan of all of us, I think. But I was so excited I got a chance to hang out with that dude. He's super cool.
Yeah. He was we sat down and we probably talked for about 10 minutes or so, just on the couch, just getting to know each other. And it was really, really cool that he just kind of tapped me on my shoulder and I looked at him. He's like, you're fit and fire. And he made me
Mhm.
feel like I was like this massive 100,000 subscriber YouTube star. And I
I've got a
loved it.
cool
Thank you so
story.
much. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I completely stepped all over your triumphant moment. I am so sorry.
What's new?
Yeah, right. I was just going to say I'm not really sorry, but I'm going to attempt to create the illusion of remorse. I was, you know what? Hold on. Let me preemptively dust some dirt off my shoulders here. Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
So when I was standing in the security line to leave McCarran, right? I was sitting there and I'm listening to my audiobook on tape, which is an old guy saying for listening to an audiobook on your cell phone.
What, green eggs and ham?
No, I was listening to Blood and Fire, the history of the Targaryen family from Game of Thrones.
What?
Because I'm an absolute nerd. And, I was getting a little toasty in the line for security because it wasn't abnormally long, but it was quite long. And I take off my hat. And quite literally, immediately as I took off the hat, two people in line go, "Oh, Tundra Tactical!"
Oh my gosh, that's
I'm
so
not shitting you.
exciting.
Yeah, and I feel so bad. Oh shit, I only took down one of the people's names, and I have to pull up my calendar right now because I was going to do a live stream on Saturday, and I completely bailed on that because I did not feel like it should be done because I was dumb. My God, come on. Where is it? Seriously. Okay, that's February. All right.
February.
So there's no way he's listening right now, but this is the flight out to Vegas. Son of a gun. James. James was the guy who reminded me to save his name in my phone to give him a shout out.
What
James
up?
met me at the security line in McCarran International Airport in Vegas, gave me a high five. What a cool guy. Made me feel like a celebrity.
Well, awesome, James. Thank you so much. Now, can I have my show back?
What? It's your show?
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Fit and
Mark,
Fire,
Mark,
I absolutely
is-
apologize.
This is Tyler's world. We're just living in it.
I know. It's his movie. I'm just a co-star. So
Oh my God, I am so terrible. I feel so bad right now. Can I hide in a corner?
I just want to point out that I said that we should probably start wrapping this up about 10 minutes ago.
Yep. And then
But
Tyler
wait,
wanted
you guys-
to do a
you guys
wrap
have
up
real
of the
lives?
wrap up.
Yeah. What's that?
You guys have real lives?
Yeah. Some
What?
Some of us
Dude,
had
it's midnight my time. I have to go to
Industry,
bed.
bros.
Yeah,
Industry.
some of us had 342 emails to sift through this morning. So
Man,
yeah, that was fun.
I
So-
had 7. You're way better at this than I am.
Well, at least
I'm shutting up now.
At least that I have that.
Oh,
All right,
geez.
so here we go. We have just gone almost 2 hours. We're 4 minutes short. Should I just talk for the next 4 minutes and make it 2 hours? Should we
4
just do that?
hours, I'm down.
4 hours, 2 hours. You got plenty of scotch, right?
Believe it or not, I'm actually out.
But I will. Let's see. What are you saying? Lego Mamego says he has me, his prego wife. That's true. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that she is far more attractive and appealing than myself. So
Yes.
I will have to relinquish my possession of Tyler for now to Lego Mamego. And I know that Alana has to get to bed. as
Alana?
well.
What?
Alana?
Alana?
Yes.
We've come so far, Mark.
What did I say?
You
I
said
said
Alana.
I said
No.
Alana.
He said Alana.
I said Alana.
He absolutely said Alana.
I
You're
heard
said
I
so
heard some
defensive.
struggles.
No,
right.
I heard Alana. I'm
right.
backing
All
Mark
right.
up.
I take it back. We'll go with Alana.
Okay, so Miss Alana has to get to bed because it's midnight there. So, but I do want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys for taking the time to chat tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat room for taking the time to stay with us, crazy people. I love you guys. I love everybody in the chat room. I love the two of you. Thank you for making my SHOT Show experience so memorable, because I can tell you last year, all I did was I went to SHOT Show and then went to my room, and that was it, really. I went to like
Aw.
one show or one party, and that was with James Yeager, and
Name drop.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you just went with some Joe Schmo. I was just hanging out with
I
James
went to
Jaeger.
one show.
I did
and
nothing,
it's
basically.
James
Jaeger. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, Alana, James Jaeger did call me out and say, "Hey, dude, where were you at last night? Why didn't you show up to my party?"
Oh, oh.
Did you tell him the real story about Bagel Dynamics?
Did you
I
tell
did
him
not.
that you were busy forming a band?
Yeah,
I did not.
he wasn't ready.
I told him the most lame excuse ever, and that was I couldn't get up to the 30th floor because I needed a card. And he said, "Why didn't you just text me?" So I was like, "Yep."
What?
He couldn't get up.
Oh God!
Say it. That's what she said. Yes, thank you.
All there we go. All right. So,
all
right. So, 22 Chiefster, thanks again so much. It was so nice to meet you. You are an awesome guy. And
I did not get to meet him, but you know what? Hey,
you were in proximity of him.
General.
So you stood
by
like
proxy.
I think you literally stood right next to him.
Yeah, you were literally right next to him at one point.
Was he the one that grabbed my ass?
Yes.
Yes.
It was most definitely him. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat room. We had some really, really great people in there. I will have to say that the Angel of Verdun did just start following me on Instagram, so that
now you're a real celebrity then.
I know exactly. So peace out to all of my homies in the chat room. Big shout out to Lena, one of my oldest friends from back in the day, back home in high school. Great to see you. The Angel of Verdun, thank you so much. Loved you for jumping in. That was pretty cool. Paul and our Tactical dropping in. That's pretty awesome. I know, right?
Yo, she the Angel of Verdun just followed me on Instagram.
There we go.
Now you're real cool.
Now really cool. The
It's
Grim
wild.
Reaper, the Eagle, Frank Hellman, all of our normal people. Drop it like it's Scott. Thanks, guys, man. I really do appreciate it. Next week, hopefully, we'll have a little bit more streamlined and structured live chats, and we'll try to have someone on to join us as well.
We need someone to control this.
Yeah, exactly.
No, just me. I apologize.
Maybe we'll have Angel of Verdun come on.
Maybe.
Yes. Maybe we get Megan in there with you, Tyler.
You know, honest to God, you know, we're working on it. You know, and I'm very happy that you said that because I've been talking to her about it, and maybe Keep Calm and Carry would be a great debut.
Ooh, very nice. I gotta get you back up. I gotta get those numbers up. These are rookie numbers. You've only been on what, twice now, right?
Twice. You've been on 4 times on my stream.
Angel of Verdun said she'd be down. All right, I'm gonna DM you on Instagram, and we'll get it locked out. So that would be awesome.
Mark, Alana, I want to say a very special thank you to you guys for making my SHOT Show experience less lonely than it would have been like last year. My SHOT Show experience from last year was very much similar to what Mark said, where he went to the show and then hung out in his room. And this year I was lucky enough to meet the 2 of you guys. So thank you very much for having me on the show, Mark. Thank you very much for entertaining me at the show, Alana. You guys are awesome. You guys are seriously cool people.
All right. So I'm going to dish it over to Alana. Madam, you have the last word.
Oh, gee. Oh, gosh. That's too much responsibility. Don't put this on me. So no, I mean, I just want to reiterate what Tyler said and what Mark already said. You guys are the coolest. I had such a great time at SHOT Show. And thank you everybody in the live chat who hung on for this. All I can say is there are some big things coming in 2020. Bagel Dynamics. And yeah, what happens in Vegas stays on Instagram. So just look out for all the Instagram posts.
Oh my goodness. There you go.
Hashtag slab it.
All right.
The slab of love.
Slab it, squat it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
You
That was
guys.
ridiculous. Okay. Guys, thanks so much. Chat room, thanks so much. I really do appreciate all the support. And with that, please keep calm and carry. See you guys later. Bye, y'all. Hit and stop.